G'day folks, we're on the Ark Survival Ascended player test room, and on here having a look at the Cryopod changes that are coming up. They're a little bit controversial. I'm seeing a lot of people whinging one side to the other, a lot of fighting going on in the Discord about it. But what is the change? Well, they're making it so that Cryopods are actually tethered to the Cryofridges. And so 3,500 Unreal units away from a Cryofridge is where you can actually throw your creatures out. And so if we go and have a look at that, this set of foundations here is 16 long, so basically when I come to the end of this, we actually will be 15 away from the Cryofridge. So at the moment this doesn't work, I can't actually throw it out. But if we come back, so this is going to be 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, this one will work. And so roughly 11, so every 300 Unreal units is about one foundation, so 3,500 is around 11 to 12 foundations. And so when we actually look at the Cryofridge, you can actually see there's a new bit of text down the bottom there saying deploy Cryopods nearby. And so when we first place down the Cryopod, we can actually see that it now has a 5-minute timer that's counting down. So this is another thing that's going on. They're not allowing you to actually deploy Cryopods for 5 minutes upon actually placing down the Cryofridge. So you have to wait a bit of time before you can actually pump all your creatures out. And obviously you then also have, at least on the PvP side of things, you have that cryo sickness as well. I guess part of this is that you don't need to have it powered to be able to throw out. So if we pick up the generator here, because it is unpowered, but we can still deploy our creatures. So power isn't required. Power is only required for charging up the cryopods themselves and keeping them charged. But I have noticed some very weird things going on. It's not very consistent, and I haven't worked out what it is yet. Obviously, you can expect this is the PTR, so there's going to be bugs. But one of the things that is obviously going to come into play is the fact that you can carry your Cryofridge on a platform setup, which means that you can have a mobile deployment. And I guess a lot of the complaints I'm seeing so far is people are expecting box spam. So people just building a single foundation, chuck a Cryofridge on it, and then it's just going to lock land up. On PvE this is more so than anything else, because yeah, you can't destroy the foundation after it's been popped in. Now we're just going to quickly zoom over to some of the other spots. Now I've been doing a bit of testing, trying to work out what it is that's a bit weird about it, because this is my initial testing spot over here. Okay, so we've got our same thing. This is 16 foundations, one's taken up by the Cryofridge, and so this is actually 15 foundations away, and I can pop that out. So this area for some reason consistently would give me 15 foundations instead of 11. And I thought maybe it's because the land height is higher here than it is on the beach. And so I went a little bit further. We went all the way up here into the mountains. Pathway. Aha, there it is. Again, 16 foundations. So this is our 15 over here. Can't deploy, no Cryofridge is nearby. But we come over here, and that will be about 11, and we can pop out the creature. And so up here it consistently is 11. Down on the plains it's 15. On the beach it's also 11. And I haven't quite found the spot, but someone managed to get 22. And I don't know what location that is and why the locations are different. I suppose some special notes on this one. With the PvP side of things, they're going to be setting it so that the Cryopods can't be released if there are enemies nearby. Similar sort of a distance, so they said 3,500 Unreal units. Remains to be seen whether that's actually going to be affected by the same situational locations. I mean, it could. We don't know that just yet. But yes, also you can't cryopod a creature after it's been damaged for... You've got to wait 60 seconds before you can cryopod it after a creature's been damaged. And there's a few questions here that we're actually waiting to get the answers on. I'm basically testing this myself, so I haven't got another person here to try it. If you had an enemy player who's logged out and their body is basically sleeping on the ground or sleeping in a building nearby, does that prevent the distance or count as an enemy for basically releasing your cryopoded creatures? And yeah, another fun one. This is actually probably one that I'm quite interesting. It's only really related to mating, and I wonder if they'll do the imprinting and all that sort of stuff. But the dino mating cooldown will actually tick down while in a cryopod. So once you've actually done the breeding with the creatures, you can pop them in a cryopod, put them away, and the countdown will actually go down. Whereas before, you actually had to leave the creature out to wait those timers out before you could put them away. So that's actually pretty cool. The other thing, I guess, is levels. Right? So the cryopod and the cryo fridge are going to be available from level 50. So we should be able to, yeah, cryo. Level 50, we've got our cryopod and our cryo fridge. But yeah, that's currently the change that's on the PTR. I'm waiting for some detail on the dedicated server branch. At the moment, this is actually the client branch. You're able to basically swap over to the beta program and have a look at what's on the PTR. I'm waiting for the dedicated server branch to be updated properly, and I'll do a video on that, on how you can actually set up your own dedicated server to join the PTR. But at the very least, this is all about cryopods and the fun that's coming. Let me know what you think down in the comments. It seems to be, I don't know, the chat in the official Discord is always unreasonable, and nobody ever likes to give any kind of an inch on their opinions. But this is YouTube, where we can all have a good whinge one way or the other in the chat. Thanks for listening in, and I'll catch you in the next one.